So, a few things before we get into our subjects today. For those of you who are on the verge of crying, just cry. Let it out. I can feel so many who are tuned in here, who are part of this shout. You've wanted to cry, but you've gotten into your mind and you said, I don't even know why I want to cry, so therefore I can't, or I won't anyway. You felt this aching in your heart. You felt that tightness in your throat. You just wanted to cry, and it is okay. You're with friends. You're with Shambra, family from home, angelic families. You're with those who understand what it's like to go through this incredible transformation. So I invite you, if you're sitting at home by yourself, if you're here in this hall where we're holding this, let yourself cry. Because it's an emotion wanting to come through. And it's also packaged with feelings. And it's about a release that you're just about ready to gift yourself with. But you're suppressing it. Now, there are many ways to do this kind of release and kind of clear out the energies. But right now, I can tell so many of you just need to cry. And you know what? We're going to cry along with you. Angelic beings, not sadness. We don't even know what to call it. Maybe you don't know what to call it, other than just a release. It is, as we talked about many, many times before, it is an incredible time on earth, and it's going through so many changes right now, and you're absorbing a lot of it in your bodies, and your minds and your spirit. In this time that we share together, I'm going to ask you to go into yourself. You've been absorbing these tremendous energies from Gaia, Mother Earth, from the past, your past, and the past, the history of Earth. You've been feeling and absorbing and even doing a certain amount of processing of people around you in your life, or how they rely on you, how they count on you, how they feed off of you too, how they worship you in a way that they can't admit, but you know it's there. It's a type of love. It's a type of comfort and security, and you're absorbing that with them. Some of you, healers, counselors, practitioners, whatever you want to call yourself, you're guides. You're helping others. Oh, and as much as you try to wash away some of the pain that you feel coming from them, as much as you deeply long to solve their problems and make things right for them, even though you know that they have to do it, you're absorbing part of that. It goes into your body in particular. And your body aches, but you keep trudging through. It goes into your mind and it plays silly little games with you. Oh, the biggest game is that you think that it's your thoughts, and it's not. I'm going to make a statement here, perhaps a little brash, but you are truly moving beyond thought. All of the mind banter, all of the voices and the dialogues and the what you call the tapes and the little voices coming in, most of those aren't yours anymore. You really are transcending beyond thought, the brain activity, but you're still processing it for others. You're still working it for others. Oh, you are wonderful at transforming it into yours. It even sounds like your voice, but it's really not. So many of the energies of this changing earth and of humanity are taking their, I don't want to say their toll, but they're occupying so much of your mental activity and your own spirit. Your own spirit is I'm looking at it right now. It is so loving. Yes, even if you don't think you're a loving person, even if you think that you're indifferent at times, and I know some of you do, if you think you're cold-hearted, I can see right through that. I know that's a barrier or a defense. I know how loving you are, and I have proof of it. Proof is that you're here on earth, on a journey that's really not about you. It doesn't really matter to yourself, but you're here because of the love of people you've shared lifetimes with. Here out of the compassion and love for humanity. Here because you love animals. You love any kind of animal. You've worked with them before. You helped to create many of the species on Earth. You know their importance and you know their blessing. You're here because you love Earth, dirt, the rocks, the oceans, the sky. So I know what you're made out of love. Oh, and right now the energies on Earth are so intense. So intense. I've actually had to stop a few times, dear friends. I've had to stop and reconsider this whole thing about coming back to Earth. I perhaps fooled myself and said this is going to be a cakewalk. I'm going to come back, what you would call an ascended master, and I'm going to remember it doesn't matter. Oh, woe to any ascended master who thinks that it's that easy. I know what it's like, not only as my incarnation as Sam, I know what it's like as this being, as Tobias, a soul, an essence. How strong and how heavy and seductive this energy of Earth is right now. I know sometimes you say to yourselves, what is your human term? It sucks. I think that's what I hear you say. Why am I here? But you know, this energy of Earth is so seductive right now. Any game playing, any players, they're back here right now. It is so seductive also because it does tell you that you need to be here. It's seductive, and that's not right or wrong. It's just seductive. It's very seductive to a loving soul like yourself, one who has spent many lifetimes on Earth, or one who understands the spiritual physics of Earth and how it applies to your spiritual families in the other realms. It is so seductive. It'll pull you back here in a moment. Because this is where it's happening. In all of the universe, in all of the dimensions, this is the hotspot. This is the point of action, and this is where the heavens and the earths and the other dimensions, this is where they're going to do their transmutation also. It's not just about some little band of humans with physical bodies trying to get out of their trap, trying to get back to paradise. It is about a transmutation of the entire creation that you helped to create. An entire movement or shift that goes far beyond what you can possibly imagine right now. So instead of trying to mentally imagine it, let's just feel it. Let's feel it in the heart. Now, don't tell me that you don't know how to feel. You know how to feel. You just put a lock on your feelings so that you wouldn't have to feel. Maybe that's that feeling of needing to cry within that needs to come out right now. Maybe that's that part that says, don't lock me away anymore. Don't close me off somewhere. It's that part of you that really does feel and sense. Part of you that's really aware. It wants to come out, and it's crying, wanting to come out. Let's take these few moments here right now just to take that deep breath in this safe space. Give permission to your body, your mind, your spirit, every part of you Give permission for it to just relax during our session together. Perhaps this is the greatest value of anything we do when we get together. It's a reprieve. It's a time of just letting go, putting down that battle armor, putting down any protective type of barriers around you. And I understand why you put them up. It's very, very intense out there right now. And the intensity, as I'm talking, just breathe. Go into yourself. Feel yourself. Not all of the world's outside energies, but yourself right now. It's okay to do that. It's not selfish. As a matter of fact, it's one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. You know, you can let down for just a moment, let down on the energies and the attachments to your children and to your spouse and to your job and business and this great shift on earth right now, and just come back into yourself. Come back into you, into that sacred vessel that you call your body, into that sacred device called the mind. Come back into you, into your spirit, into this moment. Just keep breathing throughout the rest of the time that we talk today. And feel yourself. It is intense out there. It is a grand time on earth, but yes, it is very intense. We have a certain way of measuring different characteristics on earth. Energy, consciousness, expansion or contraction. We have a way of measuring where humanity is going in a relatively short period of time, not out hundreds of years. It's really not possible. And anybody who thinks it is only looking at one potential. Right now, it's difficult for us to see out more than about 3 or 4 years. Not because of this date of 2012, December 21st, only because it is so fluid right now. And there are so many potentials like never before. It's not just the potential of taking the left-hand road or the right-hand road. It's a potential of many, many different roads. So it's difficult for any angelic being to see out more than just a few years. Energies are extremely high, as you know. And you're feeling it. Don't forget that. Don't forget to take some time for yourself. And I'm not talking about just 1 or 2 deep breaths. I'm talking about an hour or 2. Your body needs it. Your mind needs it. Your spirit.